Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time of day it is. I'm glad you're here. So, Tiny Tuesday. Um, don't really know what I'm doing yet. I have a little idea of something, but we'll see what happens. So, I'm just gonna go ahead and get zoomed in a little bit here. There we go. All right. Yeah. So I'm kind of going to play around with something today, and I have no idea how it's going to turn out, what it's going to do, how it's going to work. But that is the beauty of having a little mixed media journal. It's just to have fun and play around in, and maybe you'll discover something or whatever. So, one of my friends, he took a trip, and he brought me back this pen. And it's natural. I do not know what it actually is made out of. It almost feels like it's not bamboo. It's like some sort of a grass, though, I want to say, which bamboo is a grass. So it's kind of in that family of stuff. So I don't know exactly what this is made out of, which is kind of cool. And then it's clearly been dyed to give it this pattern on it, which I think is super cool. You can see the natural fiber and everything. So with it, he gave me, and this was wrapped up super well, this is a bottle of ink. And then this jar, which you can't really see as much now, but I left a little bit. So there's these white fibers. So there's silk fibers in here. And this, you pour the ink into, so it was a jar of white fibers, and then you pour the ink into it, and then that is what you're supposed to use to write with. I don't know if I'm showing this. I need to make sure. Nope, you couldn't see any of that. Okay, so this is the jar. You can see a little bit of the white fibers in there. And so I poured ink in that, and then that's what you're supposed to use to write with. So I guess this might be just kind of like doing some fun mark making. So then you dip your pen into the fibers and everything in here, and then it gets ink on it. And then we make some lines and marks. And it's going to be a trial, an error kind of a thing, to learn how to use this. And clearly it's meant for writing in a different style than we are used to writing, but I kind of like it. It's very organic feeling, and I do appreciate the marks. So I put the ink in just a little bit ago, and I'm wondering if I don't need more ink. So let's go ahead and try that. So I'm going to put a little bit more ink in here and see, because I think the fibers have really absorbed a lot. And it could be a combination of the ink and the paper too. So I'm just going to pour a little bit more in there, because I know all of the fibers haven't absorbed the ink yet either. So, and I didn't do any research on this. I don't know what it's supposed to look like. I don't anything like that. I'm just kind of going with it. Like, he gave me really super basic instructions, and I love that. And he's like, I brought this back for you because I thought you could use it for your art and stuff. And I'm like, I love that. That was really thoughtful. So, oh yeah, that's better. That's like a deeper. So I'm just kind of wondering what kind of lines we can make. And I'm just kind of going to doodle with this, and it's going to go, hopefully kind of lay down some interesting backgrounds and stuff. So, because you hold it at different angles, the ink is going to get into those fibers differently. I don't know. I don't know what you guys think, but I'm just gonna go with it. If anybody has any thoughts on better uses, or how it's supposed to be used or done, or what you do, that would be cool. I would love some insight. But I like the lines it makes. So really that's all that matters, I guess. And I hope nobody's going to be irritated that I'm kind of just, using something that I don't know anything about. But I do like the way, like, you kind of get two different lines. You can hold it different ways and it does different things. I wonder if it's one of those things like the more you use it, the more, the better it gets. Because you will have some of those types of things too with like the natural kind of pens and things. So, and I do have like a calligraphy set, and this kind of reminds me a little bit of that. Okay, so I think that's pretty good. I mean, I kind of like what we have happening. I wonder what it would look like if I tried to use it with some other colors of ink. This is a very black ink. I was like surprised at how very black it was. So I wonder what it's made out of. I couldn't tell you. And I believe he got this in Turkey, but I'm not sure. Ooh, that's nice. I like that. So really, just a bunch of mark making, I guess, more than anything else. I dig it. So I'm not sure what else. I'm just kind of doodling. Whatevs. It's fun. I'll do some more stuff. See, this was my like a first little piece that I was kind of practicing on here. But I don't know if you should wipe it off when you're all done or just leave it on. I have no idea. So I am wiping it off. I have a little rag over here that I'm wiping off the end. I don't know if that's the right thing to do or not. So that's what we got. Fun. It is really pretty though. And it holds nice. It has a nice hand feel. I don't know if that matters to some people or not. So, all right, that's gonna go over there. I'm gonna have to find like a little interesting thing to hold that in so it doesn't get wrecked. All right, so what are we gonna do next? I don't know. I pulled out this little dish of stuff that I have. So this dish of, it's just a bowl. I was going through scraps and I had stuff that I'm like, oh, I had set aside so that I could make like, it was like little tiny pictures and stuff. So I figured that would work well for some of my little teeny tiny journals and whatnot. But I'm digging, I want to see what'll happen with one of these birds. I feel like this one might be too big, but let's see. We have a couple of little birds. Oh, he looks kind of fun on this side. Maybe we cut one off and then put the one on the other side. I like that bird. Let's see if this one. He could be fun just on one side. These are some from that same page from those birds that we did a different day. I kind of do like that. Okay, so that's an option. He's too big. What else do we have in here? What else? What else? What else? Like I said, I was going through scraps, cutting up some stuff that I thought could be useful in other ways. The mysterious manual. There was like packaging and some other fun things. Wildlife babies. And then these packaging, so it looks like tiny little book pages. I thought those would be fun to use at some point. Some other bright birdies. It's kind of hard to look in here. Let's dump it out a little so we can have a better view of what we got here. I got words. I don't know if I want to do words on there. The colors are nice though. Some gold circles, maybe a gold circle, and this guy, that could be fun. This I thought maybe will be a journal card, but yeah, so these are just some like little scraps. I just sat while my son was playing outside and I had like a little dish. I had to grab a paperweight because the wind started blowing. Ooh, this one's more ornate. Let's maybe think that one. I think that's what we'll do. These are from a card that I trimmed the edges off of and used a hole punch on. Just utilizing scraps for different things. This is also from some book page. I think we will go with that. I think it's called a grackle. Let's just get these out of the way. Boop, 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 boop. As you know, sound effects make everything better. Okay, so let's try this. I do like that. And maybe this. Oh, yes. That. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. Should we ink anything, the edges of stuff? Maybe. I wonder if the ink will take well on this. So I'm still in the process of getting my workspace organized, sorted. I still don't have a lot of my normal supplies out that I would have, but we're getting there. What color? I wonder if I have like a really deep blue, or we could do a deep blue shadow around that. That could be kind of cool. Maybe I have this chipped sapphire. That might be good. A darker color. Oh, I know what we'll do. We will do that after we glue this friend on. So let's get this glued on first, and then we'll go from there. Do that first, and then we'll ink around it, and then we'll figure out the placement of our bird. Of course, I didn't check my glue this morning. Today is Monday. This video will come out tomorrow, so it'll be Tuesday for you when you see this, of course. And I have some more stuff I gotta, obviously still getting the house organized from moving and all that jazz. Takes time to get everything oriented and back the way you wanted. That might be a lot of glue. Oh well, it's gonna stick, that's for sure. Okay. So that kind of there. And then we're going to, I think I'm going to use a little brush around it, just to give like a little hint of color, maybe change things up just a little bit. I like that it's very black and white. I like that. Should we do the edges a little bit? Let's do it. Just going around the edges of the page. Like, we could be done right here, honestly, but we're not gonna be. You know me. We gotta add some more. Okay, now this friend. Let's get you situated here. I wonder if I can get like that would be nice. We'll lose part of his tail, but that's just the way it is. All right, let's trim that. Do I have a tiny scissors? Oh, I don't even have my tiny scissors. I have big scissors. I have big scissors. So that's what we do. Eep. Okay, little bird friend, you go there. Oh yeah. Now, I think he needs to be inked just a titch, and I'm gonna use some Rusty Hinge. Oops. Because I think that will tone down the white a little bit and make it blend in to our circle a little bit. We'll see. We shall see. I need to get my daubers. I think they're just still in a place I can't get to right this second. I was trying to go through a bunch of stuff yesterday and get some things put away so that I could get to the things I needed. And I was hoping that some of the boxes I was going through were going to be the ones I wanted. Don't think they were the ones I wanted, but I think they were the ones I needed to get sorted. That's what happened. Okay, that is perfect. I love that. Okay, let's get our little bird friend on here. Now, I don't know how much of the tail we're going to lose, but we'll find out very quickly. Eep. Come on, friend, turn. There. Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. I like it. Little bird friend, so cute. I really like this page. I like how it's coming along. All right. Do we dare leave that tail sticking out? We're gonna try. We're gonna leave the tail intact and hope for the best that it doesn't get too mashed in its life and journey as a little book. See what happens. I do need to make sure it's not getting glued to the other page. Because it is there. Okay. Wipe that glue a little. Okay. All right, I love that. Now let's get our date on here, and I think we are donezies. And I don't even know what day it is today. Yeah, Monday July 28th. Yes, that is the date. 7/28. Let's do it. Do it up here, and we'll do it up here. Cool. I love it. Awesome. Okay. I think everything's good to go. What do you think, guys? Here's our fun little friend. All right. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all that jazz. And of course, art with your heart. You have a great day. Bye.